Hello and welcome to Zootastic. I'm Mark and I'm absolutely thrilled to take you on another journey into the fascinating world of our amazing animal residents today. And today we're leaving the depths of the ocean and the humid rainforests and heading to one of the harshest and highest regions on Earth, although via the Allwetterzoo Muenster in Germany. Hold on tight, it's going to be shaggy, it's going to be mighty and definitely a master of the cold. And we're talking about the domestic yak. Yep, you heard that right, the domestic yak. Its name might sound simple, but this animal is an absolute powerhouse, deeply intertwined with human history and survival in extreme environments. But what exactly makes this majestic bovine so special and adaptable, and why is it so important to the people who live alongside it? Let's take a closer look. The domestic yak, scientifically known as Bos grunniens, is a truly impressive ungulate. The most striking feature is its dense, shaggy coat, and this fur is often black or dark brown, but it can also be spotted or even white, especially in domesticated forms. It's so long that it can almost reach the ground, providing incredible insulation against the extreme colds in its habitat. And then there are the imposing horns, which can grow in both males and females. They're usually curved outwards and then upwards, giving them a majestic appearance. Isn't it ingenious how nature designs such survival artists? These fascinating bovines are native to the highest mountain ranges in the world. They originally descended from wild yaks of the Tibetan Plateau and the adjacent mountain regions in Central Asia, like the Himalayas and the Altai Mountains. There, their wild ancestors live at altitudes of 3,000 to over 6,000 meters above sea level, and this makes them among the highest living large mammals in the world. Domesticated yaks like those here at the Allwetterzoo Muenster are perfectly adapted to these challenging conditions, whether they are in their native mountain homes or in a carefully managed zoo environment. They prefer open grasslands, rocky slopes and snow-covered pastures where they feed on sparse vegetation. Imagine them grazing there in icy cold and thin air. That's an incredible feat of endurance. But how do these animals survive under such extreme conditions, and what role do humans play in their lives? And this is one of the most fascinating characteristics of the domestic yak. They are perfectly adapted to life at high altitudes and in extreme cold. Their thick coat is not just long, it's also double layered, with a dense undercoat that acts like a natural down jacket. And their lungs and heart are much larger compared to other cattle, which helps them efficiently utilize the low oxygen levels in their high altitude air. And they also have more red blood cells and a higher hemoglobin concentration in their blood to transport oxygen more effectively. Their broad hooves are ideal for finding traction on rocky terrain and in snow, and they possess the unique ability to make a grunting or squeaking sound when breathing instead of mooing, which is why they are sometimes called grunting oxen, a truly unique vocal phenomenon. And this makes them incredibly intelligent and efficient, don't you think? A truly super interesting fact about the domestic yak is its indispensable role in human culture. The yak has been domesticated by people in Central Asia for thousands of years. While wild yaks are extremely shy and rare, classified as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List, domesticated yaks are indispensable utility animals for the local population. They provide milk, meat, wool and dung, which serves as fuel in treeless regions. But most importantly, they are the pack animals and mounts of choice in the rugged mountain regions, and their sure-footedness and endurance at high altitudes are unsurpassed. Some expeditions to Mount Everest still use yaks to transport equipment to base camps. They are truly the ships of the mountains. At the Allwetterzoo Muenster, you can admire these impressive animals without having to embark on a mountain expedition yourself. They keep yaks here that give you an insight into the adaptability of the species and their deep connection to human livelihoods. And what do these robust animals actually eat? The domestic yak is an herbivore. In their natural habitat, they feed on grasses, herbs, mosses and lichens, which they can even dig out from under the snow. They are ruminants and can effectively utilize even the sparsest vegetation. And their broad mouths are perfectly designed to grasp even short blades of grass. At the Allwetterzoo Muenster, the yaks naturally receive a diet specifically tailored to their needs, consisting of hay, special cattle feed and minerals. And this not only keeps them healthy, but also mimics their natural diet as closely as possible. And they are truly masters at utilizing limited food resources. Another fascinating characteristic of the domestic yak is its social behavior and calm demeanor. Domesticated yaks are often kept in herds, reflecting their wild ancestors' social tendencies, and while wild yaks and the bulls might be solitary, domestic herds often include both males and females. They are generally very robust and can defend themselves against predators like wolves, though their main predators in domesticated settings are harsh environmental conditions. In the zoo, you can often observe the calm and dignified nature of these animals. They exude an incredible tranquility despite their size, and they are often seen resting peacefully or gently grazing, demonstrating their adaptable and serene nature. At the Allwetterzoo Muenster, you can experience these majestic creatures up close, and they are a real highlight in the mountain animal section. And viewers are often fascinated by their imposing appearance and their incredible adaptability to extreme conditions. They are calm, powerful, and at the same time so incredibly robust that you simply cannot look away. Spend some time in front of their enclosure, observe them grazing peacefully, resting in the shade, or simply standing there surveying their surroundings. It's incredibly relaxing and at the same time inspiring to observe these giants of the mountains. And every domestic yak also has its own personality, and it's fun to discover their individual behaviors. And perhaps you'll even spot one of them curiously observing visitors or rolling around in the dust. They are living proof of the incredible diversity and the necessity of species protection, both for their wild counterparts and for the preservation of these vital domestic breeds that support human life in challenging environments. And they remind us how important it is to protect these unique ecosystems and the creatures, both wild and domestic, that inhabit them. Your visit to the Allwetterzoo Muenster helps ensure that such wonderful species can be protected and preserved. Every admission, every donation directly supports their efforts to secure these animals and their habitats. And who knows, maybe the domestic yak will inspire some of you to learn more about the importance of traditional livestock breeds and the conservation of alpine habitats. And that's it for today on Zootastic from the Allwetterzoo Muenster. I hope you enjoyed this little dive into the life of the domestic yak. Weren't they simply impressive in their robustness and majesty? I'm always fascinated by their adaptability and their significance for high-altitude ecosystems and human communities. I look forward to welcoming you again next time. See you soon and stay zootastically curious.